Hi, my name's Billy, I read books and I've read The Fountains of Paradise by Arthur C Clarke. It's a science fiction masterworks book. It's only 250 pages long. What did I think of it? Did I really like it? Did I dislike it? Or did I think it was a bit, okay. Stick around, I'll tell you what I thought. So ultimately, I've given this book 3 out of 5 stars. I thought it was okay. And there's a number of reasons for that. It's not a bad book, okay? So we'll start off with the cover. The cover's gorgeous, okay? It's absolutely beautiful and it gives a good idea of the setting of where the book is set, obviously. It's set in an equatorial island in the Indian Ocean. And I know that because it tells me on the back of the book. Also on the back of the book, it tells me that this is about a space elevator. The building of a space elevator. Now, if you've seen any of my other videos or shorts or whatever, I've done one recently where I said I don't read the back of the book. I go into it blind. So, going into this, I'd not read the back of the book, and the building of the space elevator only starts about halfway through. Now, it's only 250 pages, so you've got about 100 pages, 125 pages of something else going on. You've got something to do with a religious order and prophecies to do with the mountain and things like that, and fountains. Another element gets introduced, which is quite interesting, and then space elevator idea comes along. Now, I'd not read the back of the book, so I was just going along with the ride, I was just rolling with the punches, seeing where the story took me. But if I had read the back of the book, I'd be thinking, where's this space elevator? What's going on? What is the point of this beginning bit? How is this going to tie in? Is this going to tie in with the fact the space elevator is going to get built? In the end, I was thinking that anyway, because I was thinking, what's the point of everything I've just read? Because from what I could tell and from what I could see, the story about the building the space elevator and the outcome of that at the final half of the book had no tie-in other than the location, than with everything that went before. So I found that a bit confusing. I don't understand it because it's well written, it's interesting enough, but I don't understand what the beginning was about. I don't understand what the point of that was. Building the space elevator is really interesting because there's lots of things that I, as just a normal, semi-normal kind of guy, I won't have a clue about space elevator. And even though this was written in 1979, which to you people watching, you might think that's a very, very long time ago, back in ancient times almost. But just bear in mind, I was born in 1979 and I'm a young whippersnapper. Don't forget that. 1979 is like 46 years ago. It's, you wouldn't tell the book was written then. So to be thinking about the building of a space elevator back in those days, in the late 70s, takes a lot of imagination, and it doesn't read as dated. There's lots of thoughts, lots of ideas gone into this, lots of things that I would never even obviously consider. So such as maybe, would you build it from the ground up or would you build it from the top down? Whereabouts on the earth do you have to build it? What materials do you use? How thick or thin is the material you need? Do you need places on the space elevator for various stop-offs, for safety reasons? What about the weather? What about the wind? What about solar wind? And a whole load of other stuff has to be considered. And that is all crammed into the final half of the book. Lots going on in it, lots of ideas. And it's really, really interesting, really thought-provoking. And Arthur C. Clarke does put in a couple of things in the beginning of the book where he just tosses in some questions about some rather big issues, which he just kind of just drops in there and lets you just go, oh right, that's an interesting view on that major subject that's engulfed humanity for all of its existence, and he just kind of drops it in there in a couple of lines, which was really interesting and thought-provoking. Now, one other thing with this book, bear with me here, okay? I don't like that font, okay? That font seems very, very harsh and cold to me. But now, bearing in mind, I'm a young whippersnapper, okay? I'm sure the font on that page is harder to read than the font on that page. It's got nothing to do with my eyesight, by the way, or my age. It's definitely this book and that print. So yeah, it's 3 stars really, and ultimately because it's almost like it's 2 separate books crammed together. Or like he's going along and he's got 2 ideas and he does a bit of a setup using 2, doesn't have enough information or ideas to flesh it out, and then he goes space elevator. One last thing before I go, the thumbnail. I can't get a picture of a space elevator, so me on some stairs going up to space is would have to do because I couldn't find anything to do with the space elevator. So yeah, there you go. 3 out of 5 stars. That's my 3rd book by Arthur C Clarke now. Childhoods End, really liked. Rendezvous with Rama, okay. This one, okay. It's on a bit of a, well, what's the trend going? He's kind of gone from highs kind of to middle, and it's stagnating in the middle. So I don't know, do I carry on with him? I thought he was going to be a winner for me, Arthur C Clarke, but I've had a couple of average reads. If I'm going to try one of his again, what should I go for? Let me know in the comments below, and if I've got this wrong and the word tie-ins between the beginning and the end of this book, the 2 different sections I talk about, please let me know in the comments below. It'll be interesting to find out. I will talk to you in the comments below and see you again in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye. Hi, my name's Billy. Summer, stop snoring. Stop it. You're snoring. Stop it. Don't you dare snore. Summer, don't snore. No. Don't look at me like that. You're snoring again. I told you, stop snoring.